Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and it's time for another top 5 horror recommendations for the month of October. Now, just to explain a little bit up front and firsthand, I've had a lot of family issues. This has not been a good year for me, and the family issues seem to be getting worse. So, you will see some Christmas movies in the month of October because I've been trying to get my scheduled programming done until the end of the year because all hell is kind of breaking loose in my life. So, yeah, bear with me. This month, I hit 85 movies, which was very surprising to me because I had so much going on. What I normally do is I have 2 honorable mentions and then a top 5. And I usually go over with you guys the ones that I watch that I don't own, or if I watch something off of television. Now, like I said, I wanted to get a majority of my videos done beforehand in order to kind of leave me with some time at the end of the year. And I normally go over what I've watched on television or stuff that I don't own. So here we go. I wanted October to be a month that I could pretty much watch anything I wanted. So that's what I did. And I only include movies that I watch in their entirety. I watched a lot of the Halloween movies on AMC and other channels. But if I don't watch them in their entirety, they don't go on this list. So this list is strictly movies that I have watched from start to finish. And I had logged in 85 this month, which really surprised me. Now I'll go over the ones that I either do own or have watched on TV. Or don't own or watched on TV, yeah. I watched Halloween 4 on AMC in its entirety. I watched Halloween 1978. I watched Halloween 2. Let's see. I watched Halloween 2007, Rob Zombie's remake, and it seems like the more I watch this movie, the less I like it. I don't know what it is. I went in the movies and saw Halloween Kills, like most of my fellow horror YouTubers, and absolutely loved it. I watched Halloween 2, the Rob Zombie remake. On Bryn's recommendation, because he did a recommendation, he put in there adjust your tracking. I was able to find a copy on YouTube, so I watched that, and I absolutely loved it. Thank you, Bryn. It was an amazing, amazing documentary. I watched the Slumber Party Massacre 2021 and was very, very pleasantly surprised. I watched The Midnight Hour, which is very hard to find, but I did find a copy on YouTube that I was able to sit down and watch. Thank you, Hobbs and Joe, for recommending that to me. It was a lot of fun. Let's see, I watched Halloween 1978 and Halloween 2 1981 again. And then I watched Halloween 1978 on the big screen. This was a bucket list thing for me. My wife and I drove an hour and 10 minutes away to watch this on the big screen, and I loved every minute of it. Okay, now that I've completely bored you guys, let's get back to the task at hand and go through my honorable mentions and my top 5. Okay. My first honorable mention, and I knew that they've released both of these movies on Vinegar Syndrome. My first honorable mention is Terror. This is a supernatural slasher movie, and I loved every minute of it. Both of these copies were actually pretty good, which you don't always get on exploitation cinema. Some of the copies are pretty rough, like Mausoleum, which I also have, but I ended up buying the Vinegar Syndrome because the copy was so rough on there. But yeah, both of these copies were good, and I really enjoyed Terror. This is Norman J. Warren Films. All right, that's my first honorable mention. My second honorable mention is a movie that gets a lot of hate, and I actually got this from Joe. He made me a copy of it because it is not available on DVD to the best of my knowledge. And that is Open House with Adrienne Barbeau. This movie was a lot of fun. Actually, a couple movies that Joe made for me almost made this list. Deadly Games was another one that I thought of putting as a honorable mention. People seem to hate on that one as well, but I thought it was really slick. But yeah, Open House is my other honorable mention. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes, the top 5. Coming in at number 5 is a movie that Joe recommended. It is a German copy of it, but it is Primal Rage. This movie is 80s personified, and it is a ton of fun. I really enjoyed it. It's one of those movies kind of like Outbreak, where you have a monkey that infected somebody, and yeah, it's just a lot of fun. And very, very 80s and cheesy. I really enjoyed it. Coming in at number 4 is another first time watch, and if you haven't tuned in before to watch my top 5, all these are first time watches. Because you can watch anything in a month, I only do my recommendations on first time watches. Things that I've experienced that I think maybe that you should experience. So, coming in at number 4 is Cannibal Apocalypse. I really enjoyed this. To me, this is a different type of infection / zombie film / cannibal film. People who've seen it understand. But it's really good. Has a great 70s feel to it, and John Saxon is good in this, as he is in just about everything. So yeah, Cannibal Apocalypse coming in at number 4. Coming in at number 3 is Sleigh Bells. This movie was so much fun. Barry Bostwick is in this one, and I had a blast with this movie. There will be a review coming up in December, and I just loved it. I thought it was great. Yeah. So, coming in at number 3 is Sleigh Bells. See how they ring. Yes. Okay. Coming in at number 2, and my number 1 and number 2 could flip-flop at any given moment. Number 2 is going to be Pigs. This is a movie I put off for a very long time, and I don't know why I did, because I absolutely loved it. This movie is deranged, and I loved every minute of it. Really good release from Vinegar Syndrome, and yeah, just incredible. Incredible movie. And coming in at number 1 really surprised me. This was the movie that I don't understand why more people haven't seen it and more people aren't talking about it. And that is Secret Santa. This is not the one from Wild Eye. This is an independent film, much like the one from Wild Eye, but this movie is a blast. Now, this is directed by Adam Marcus. He did Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday, which I am not a fan of, never have been. I saw this movie, and it blew me away. This is what he should be directing. Look for a review for this coming up in December as well. Guys, if you have a way to see this movie, watch it. I loved it. I just thought it was a ton of fun. So, recapping. Secret Santa at number 1. Pigs at number 2. Sleigh Bells at 3. Cannibal Apocalypse at 4. Primal Rage at number 5. And my 2 honorable mentions are Open House and Terror. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been an interesting month. I am glad I got to do one of my bucket list things, which is see Halloween 1978 on the big screen finally after all these years. Now I'm just 2 Halloween movies away from seeing every single Halloween movie on the big screen. And that is the original Halloween 2 and Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. Hopefully I'll be able to get to them sometime. But yeah, thank you guys so much. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.